The rain arrived without warning. It pounded on the corroded metal roof of my small hut at the edge of Sector 9, a neglected patch of the mining colony. The air was heavy with the scent of ozone and soaked earth, and the faint amber glow from the settlement's lamps barely pierced the storm. I was chewing my final ration of the day, dry protein blocks and brittle bread, when a sound broke through, a faint whimper. It was fragile, almost mournful, like something wounded. I stopped mid-bite, listening hard. It came again, closer. This time, something scraped along the corrugated walls. I rose, gripping my worn Vero knife, and stepped outside. That's when I saw her. She was crouched in the mud, drenched to the bone, her figure thin and shaking. Her skin shimmered faintly, like moonlight sliding over water, and her enormous golden eyes stared up at me with a blend of hunger and fear. Her body was swathed in shredded cloth that barely clung to her frame. She looked alien and yet heartbreakingly human. I opened my mouth to speak, but she hissed softly, a sound hovering between a plea and a growl. Her lips moved, but no sound formed. Instinct overruled caution. I placed my ration pack on the ground. She hesitated, her tail curling tight behind her. I tore a chunk of bread and set it near the pack. Slowly she inched forward, darting glances at me with those wide, wary eyes, then snatched the bread. Her teeth, sharp as a predator's, ripped it apart in silence. I didn't notice how long I'd been standing there watching her eat. The storm rattled on, and I felt her gaze pressing back at me. When she finished, she didn't flee. Instead, she looked up, head tilting slightly, and gave a low, guttural rumble. Something in it made my skin prickle. A warning. I understood. That night she stayed. I didn't ask why. I didn't even know her name. The hut was cramped, and the rain sharpened every noise, the drips, the groans of metal. She curled up in the corner on a ragged blanket I'd offered. Still shivering, I sat on my cot eating quietly. Sometimes her glowing eyes followed me. When I moved toward my toolbox, she growled again. Not a human growl, but something deeper, possessive, territorial. It hit me then. She wasn't just starving. She was afraid. Over the following days, she wove herself into my life without a word. She shadowed me when I went to the market or scavenged the scrapyard. She never spoke, but her growl followed me, like a ghost whenever others came near. People learned quickly to keep their distance. One afternoon, a trader named Moore tried to snatch one of my spare tools. The moment his fingers brushed it, she lunged between us, teeth bared, her growl cracking like thunder. Moore froze, his face draining pale. I brushed it off, but he left without a word. That night I watched her from across the hut as she sat near the fire, her body curled small. Her growl had softened to a whisper, almost like words to herself. I wondered if she was speaking to someone or something I couldn't see. 3 nights later, the truth arrived. I woke to murmurs at the edge of the hut, low and in a language unknown. I slipped outside, knife in hand, and saw her standing near the entrance. Beyond her, in the rain, stood 3 tall figures, armored in shimmering visors. Their forms were alien, but not like hers. They moved with surgical precision, scanning the area. She growled, loud now, resonant, warning them back. They moved closer, and she planted herself in front of me. Without thinking, I stepped beside her. She turned. Our eyes met, and something wordless passed between us. She wanted me safe. The leader stepped forward, a mechanical voice spilling from her visor. Return her. She belongs to us. I shook my head. She belongs to no one. She's free. The growl that followed wasn't at them. It was at me. Her teeth flashed in the pale light as she stepped ahead, making her meaning clear. No one would touch me. The group hesitated. Then, without a word, they faded into the downpour. The rain stopped at dawn. She was gone. I searched for her for days, combing the scrap fields and listening for that low, protective growl. But she never returned. Weeks later, I sat at my bench repairing a broken mech part when I heard it. A soft guttural growl drifting on the wind. I stepped outside. No one was there. Yet in my mind, I felt her presence. Sometimes when I eat alone, I leave a piece of bread by the door. And sometimes, I swear her glowing eyes watch me from the shadows. The rain stopped at dawn. The ground was slick and silent. I stepped outside, scanning the fog-wrapped horizon. She was gone. No shimmer of skin, no growl, just the echo of a presence that had become part of me. I searched for her through the scrapyard, the hollow corridors of Sector 9, the ruined outskirts. Nothing, only silence. No growls, no warmth. Weeks later, as I sat repairing another rusted part, the wind shifted. A sound touched my ears. A low, guttural growl. Faint, but clear. My breath caught. I stepped outside. The air was still. The world quiet but for distant machinery. Then, in the far edge of my sight, I caught her just a moment. Glowing eyes, watching from the rain-drenched fields. I didn't move. I didn't call her name. I understood she was gone, but not gone. That she'd left something of herself with me. Now, when I eat alone, I still place a piece of bread near the door, just in case. And sometimes in the dead of night, I hear it again. That low growl, not threatening but protective, as though she is still near, guarding me from something unseen. I don't know why she stayed. I don't know why she left. But I do know this. I shared my food with her, and she gave me something no one else could. A bond one will never forget.